Hello, my name's Andrew Hutchings. The intentions of this video is to give you a bit of an insight who I am and about a YouTube channel that I recently started. So let's not waste any time and let's get into it. Before we go any further, I must mention that the videos that I've posted so far, if anyone's watched them, are a little bit amateurish, I know that, but I'm certainly looking to improve on how I present the videos, the content, that sort of thing. I'm just starting to learn how to edit. It's all good fun and it's all a learning curve, but certainly I'm looking to improve on everything that I put forward on YouTube, because I guess I want it to be informative, I want it to be entertaining, and I want it to be interesting. Okay, so with that said, a couple of videos that I've done so far, I've been to a couple of different golf courses, and my intentions are to go to many golf courses and play a few holes. I'll probably play 18, but I'll probably video a few holes at a time, that sort of thing. But the good thing about this is that I've been a golfer probably all my life. I'm now 60 years old. I started playing the game when I was 12, and by the time I was 13 I was completely hooked, right up to the age to probably 30, and then my partner and I had a couple of children, so that put the hold on golf. As we all know, when kids come along, it's not about you anymore, it's anything but about you. But also I started working on course as a greenkeeper, probably a couple of years before that. And when you work on a golf course, you tend to, not everyone that I've come across, you tend to just want to get out of there. The last couple of years, I've started dabbling in playing again. Like, I played pretty solid up until I guess I was 40, certainly up to 30, like I said, until I had kids, and competed at reasonably high levels as an amateur. I got down to a 1 handicap at one stage. I used to practice a lot when I was young. When I left school, I was going to be a trainee at a golf club here in Adelaide, which is where I live, in Adelaide in South Australia. But I found that back in those days, all you were basically was a glorified shop attendant. There wasn't a lot of competition for trainees, that type of thing. So you tended to spend more time in the shop than actually working on your game. So, but the good thing about being doing an apprenticeship in a pro shop is that it gives you that fallback, as if you don't make it as a player and you can't get out there and earn a living for various reasons, you can fall back on a club job, and that also entails teaching the game of golf, selling equipment, that sort of thing, and you come out with a PGA accreditation. And you can still play in things like pro-ams and go and pre-qualify for certain tournaments. So, you know, the door's always open if you want to continue playing, or you get that fire in your belly and you want to start competing again. But yeah, that was something that I gave away. I actually walked into that job when I was 16, and not long, probably 6 months later, I walked out of that job and then started working at a pro shop at a public golf course, and started playing a lot and got really keen, hit a lot of balls, and actually got my handicap pretty low pretty quick. Was I prepared to take that next step of 100% commitment? No, I wasn't. Other things were in the way when you're a young man, and you can appreciate those people that actually do dedicate that 100% time into becoming very good at what they do. So we all know that to be good at anything, there's always sacrifices and trade-offs. So you got to take your hat off to people that actually become extremely good at what they do, because there's sacrifices along the way for that, but the rewards are huge if you get to those heights, both I guess personally and financially. So yeah, this YouTube channel is something that I'm really keen to pursue, and as it's got me interested in playing golf again too, and I'm enjoying working on my own form, getting about to different courses and seeing what sort of levels of turf presentations they are. I'm never going to be critical to any golf course I go to. I want to make that clear, because that's not what I'm there to do, is to criticise. Now, I've worked as a greenkeeper for a good part of probably 30 to 35 years. I've been a superintendent at a couple of golf courses, so I've got a fair idea that what it takes to actually produce good surfaces. So that'll be interesting again, is that I get to go to other courses now as a player and have that greenkeeping perspective as well. But yeah, as I say, I'm not there to criticise. That's not what I'm there to do. I'm there to maybe offer something to everyone out there, is that if you're passing through that area, no matter where I go, is it worth popping in and having a game and having a look? Because there are plenty of golf courses around that are certainly worth doing that. And those ones I played a few days ago down the southeast, and I'm going to go back there because there's a lot that I haven't played, well, I didn't play down there, and I know that they are good courses, and they always present well. No matter what, you're generally always going to get good greens down there. Same up with the Riverland, which is north of Adelaide. You know, you get good quality greens up there too. I mean, the golf course availability is vast in Australia. So yeah, the whole idea of this channel is to bring exposure to golf courses in South Australia, maybe international, who knows. Certainly I'm open for anything. I'm basically semi-retired now. I don't have any intentions of going back to work full time. That's my intentions. I've worked long enough, I think. It's worn me out enough. I'm not going to whinge about it, but I'm certainly looking at winding that down now and playing some golf. There's a couple of things that I want to cover. Like, I'm prepared to give a few tips here and there about certain techniques and stuff, but you've got to be careful when you're giving advice. I think teachers in general, don't hold me to this, but teachers in general that give lessons, I think they actually have to have a public liability. So if I'm teaching you how to swing a golf club and you get injured, then I'm basically covered for that. So you just got to be a little bit careful of teaching the golf swing. I guess you can give advice. I mean, I gave a chipping advice the other day, chipping and run shot. And there's also lots of topics we can talk about as far as like ball flight laws. It's just a simple method to self-diagnose yourself on the path of the hands and the angle of the club face at impact. So just looking at the ball flight, you know exactly what you're doing at impact. So there's little things like that that we can cover. And we can talk about you know, like the new equipment that comes through. So again, I'm just starting to play again, and my equipment now is 4 years old, so my irons are still fine, but certainly drivers, the technology in the driver certainly accelerates so vastly in 4 years, I think. And unlike over the years when I've stepped up into a new driver that's been a few years old, you certainly see the difference in what the new club offers compared to the old one that you're using. And you were satisfied with the old one, but you can't not use the new stuff because it's a disadvantage if you don't. So at the moment, I'm looking at maybe going to get fitted for a driver. I've got a couple in mind that I like, and it's purely at the moment through how it looks at address. I'm very much someone that has to be happy with what the club looks like. Obviously, performance is non-negotiable, and looks is kind of like that for me too. If I don't like the look of it, I'm not confident, and I'm never going to hit it well. So to have that combination of you know, performance and looks is exactly what I'm after. So by all means, sling me some comments. Have you recently changed your driver? For what reasons? Was it because of the numbers that you were seeing on the launch monitor when you were getting fitted? Was it purely because of looks? Was it, it's like me, was it because of performance and looks? And was you satisfied with your fitting? Now, I've had fittings where I haven't been satisfied, where I think I haven't got it quite right, or they don't quite understand my game. But give me some feedback. I mean, have you done that? Have you gone out and spent $1,000 on a new driver and you're more than happy with it? Oh, geez, I would have liked to have gone the other way. If anything, if you're like me, I'm a shocking procrastinator. I can always think that I've made the wrong decision, but sometimes you just got to go, that's the decision and that's what I'm going with. So yeah, send me a comment. Same with putters. Putting's never been a strong part of my game. So is there any decent putters out there? I mean, I looked at these putters last night, these new lap putters. That I don't know how long they've been around. I don't particularly like the look of them, but again, a putter's different to a driver for me. Is that I can grow to like the look of a putter. Generally, I've got to like it straight away, but if it's going to perform for me in hole putts and I'm going to be confident to hold those 3, 4, 5, 6 footers, and those long putts I can lag closer, I'm sort of just tapping them in, yeah, by all means, that's the putter for me any day. We all know that, and I've spoken in the videos, that it doesn't matter how well you hit the ball, if you don't, if you're not a good putter, you're just never going to score well. So, and it's probably a part of the game that whenever we go to a driving range, a lot of times the availability of a green isn't there unless you go to I mean, I know one course where there is a putting green, so you can hit balls and go and have some putts after, which is a great combination. I mean, that's another interesting topic, isn't it? Driving ranges these days, or just the availability on your own driving range at your golf course. We don't have at our means now where we can go down to a practice fairway and hit off a turf and hit our own balls. And when I say our own balls, we've got our own bag of balls and the type of ball that we play with. So we're able to fine tune our game by going down to these practice fairways and hitting our own balls. But yeah, give me some feedback on that. I mean, I've been around the game long enough now where you actually see that quite often, well, all the time now. And I know it's a revenue thing and it's fantastic for the golf course, but what sacrifices does it make to guys, well, guys and girls that are going out there trying to fine tune their game? I don't think it lends itself to that anymore. I mean, I've seen some practice facilities now where it's completely artificial. You know, you go to the driving range, you're hitting off a match, you're hitting yellow balls, you're not really getting the feedback through your hands from the contact of the club. You know, sometimes you get on some awkward angles, so the wind might be on your back, so you're not comfortable with that. I mean, I've mentioned in videos that I've always liked to hit balls into the wind. I think it's important that you do that. You practice into the wind, and you hit a lot of wedges, because the wedge game is so important. Like wedges, 7 irons, 5 irons are all clubs that get your timing going and get a good feel. So if you hit good wedges, you hit basically your high clubs in your bag, like your lofted clubs in your bag. It feeds through those type of clubs if you're a good wedge player. And also, if you can hit good 7 irons, it's basically got 8 and 6 iron covered. If you hit good 5 irons, it's basically got those longer irons covered. Not quite so much into 1 and 2 irons, but not many people use them anymore. And I'm actually thinking about using a 7 wood. I've always considered myself to be a reasonable striker of the ball, but as I've got older and just hitting balls at the moment these last few months, that it is a bit of a struggle hitting 3 and 4 irons these days. It never used to be. It used to be quite a strong part of my game, and I used to love hitting those type of shots. But again, when I was younger, you had the availability to go down onto a practice fairway and hit hundreds and hundreds of those type of shots off of turf with the balls that you play with. So yeah, 7 wood. I mean, again, give me some feedback. Is there anyone out there that has done exactly that have gone to a 7 wood to cover their 3, 4 iron shots? And how have you found it? Has it been a game changer for you? Are you more confident now to be pulling that club out? Are you still carrying a 3 iron, so your 4, 5 irons covered with this 7 wood, but you're still carrying a 3 iron? That type of thing. So yeah, give me some feedback on what you think of these new 7 woods, if you've gone out and purchased one, and your opinion on what you think's one of the better clubs out there. And I'm not sure what you got to pay for a 7-wood these days. I mean, I know the drives are touching their $1,000. Decent putters these days, I mean, you're talking $1,000, all the Scotty Camerons and things like that. And you know, it's just, so you want to make sure that the club's going to perform for you. And how do you really know when you're hitting balls in an indoor area, just trialing out the numbers of the feedback that's coming from that golf club? It's a bit risky, isn't it? And once you've made the purchase, it's there's no going back. But yeah, so I guess what I'm almost saying there is that when you actually go to get fitted, take your time. I mean, those salesmen are there to do a job, and they want you to be totally satisfied with your purchase, because they certainly want your business, that you repeat business, and they want you to feel like you've got a good deal, like both with the club that you're using, you're satisfied with it, and you're satisfied with the purchase price too. So make sure you take your time when you go to those places. It's really important that you walk out there 100% satisfied with the purchase you made, because let's face it, you're going to be taking those clubs out on the golf course, and you want them to perform for you, and you want to be comfortable with them basically from the start. It sometimes takes a little bit getting used to hitting new clubs out on a golf course, but you certainly want to have a good start when you go out there first up. Some other things I'd like to maybe incorporate in the videos is give a few interviews to a few people I know in the industry, whether it be greenkeepers or golfers, administrators, that sort of thing. Some of the people that I do know are very good operators and being around the game a long time, so there'd be some pretty interesting and educational content there, I think. And maybe even cover some things like to do with etiquette. I'm a bit old school, like I've mentioned in one of my videos. I'm a bit old school as far as etiquette, honour off the tee, that sort of thing. So we can incorporate some of that too, so people get familiar with particularly beginners, and maybe recap with some people who've been playing the game for a long time, they've forgotten a little bit about etiquette and how to handle yourself on a golf course. But that's it for today. I just wanted to have a quick catch up and give you a bit of an insight of who I am and where the channel's going and what the channel's going to be about. Looking forward to doing some more content and playing some more courses. Hope you can come along. But until next time, good golfing, good health, and bye-bye for now.